Can one please confirm? Are you able to see my screen? The deck.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you. Okay, so today's demo we can see what is employee central payroll, how it works, what are the important of employee central payroll, what are the benefit we can get, what are the major comparison between SAP on-premise payroll, why SAP invented this ECP, though we have multiple payroll systems like S/4HANA payroll we have, SAP on-premise payroll we have. So in this demo, you can see what are the important of ECP, what are the major benefit they have built in ECP, how it work in the cloud, what are the dependency model for this, and what are the benefit. Everything we can see in this short demo. So demo would be 45 minutes. So within this demo, you can see high level of employee central payroll. Let me allow to give the demo, end-to-end demo, 45 minutes. Then after the demo, we have question answer session. Then you can ask whatever questions you have so that I can answer your questions, all the questions, whatever you have. Thank you so much. So in this demo, we can see why employee central payroll. What are the overview of employee central payroll? What are the features and functionality? And the process flow, how ECP work? What are the terminologies we use, employee central payroll, since it is coming with EC as a front-end system? What are the landscape when it comes to ECP? What is meant by middleware, P2P, right? And the rest of others, how it could be done posting. What are the key difference between on-premise and employee central payroll? When it comes to payroll system of ECP, as a customer, what are the tasks you have to take care of? What SAP will take care of? Because this is the cloud payroll system, right? What SAP will take care of? And clarification questions. So this is the first slide, which explain why employee central payroll. Why? Because we already have AC payroll, sorry, SAP HANA payroll. Also, we already have SAP on-premise payroll. Again, SAP introducing EC payroll. EC payroll, sorry, EC payroll came into market almost 12 years. It's been almost 12 years. But since 5 years, it's become a good boom when it comes to employee central payroll. And it is rapidly growing across globe. Now you can see the comparison here. Though we have SAP on-premise payroll, also we have SAP HANA payroll. What are the important of introducing EC payroll? Now you can see in this slide. Let's see SAP HCM payroll. SAP HCM payroll, anyhow, they're going to deprecate 2027 by SAP July. That is what SAP is saying. So no need to discuss about SAP HCM, which is going to deprecate. Now left is SAP HANA payroll. What is the difference between SAP HANA payroll, EC payroll? Why we need to go EC payroll? Why can't SAP HANA payroll? SAP HCM, it is clear, which is going to deprecate. No customer will go to SAP HCM going forward. SAP itself closing the license. You can leave this. Now we have only two systems. One is S/4HANA or ECP. Either customer can choose S/4HANA payroll or they can go for EC payroll. But I am strongly recommending only EC payroll. Why? What are the reason behind that? There is the reasons, right? There are some reasons. You can see the reason. Consider I'm a customer of SAP HANA customer, where I have all the models, FICO, SD, MM, SAP payroll, but my front-end system, my master data system, considering EC. That is what I mentioned here. Assuming that as a customer, you are taking SAP success factor employee central as a front-end model for S/4HANA payroll. It means that S/4HANA payroll you're using, but when it comes to master data, you are not using OMPA, but you are using EC as a front-end system, master data system. That is the scenario. Now, in this case, let's see. If you want to get the data from employee central to SAP HANA payroll, because SAP HANA payroll is the payroll product. The data you are getting from the EC is the master data system, source system, right? If that is the case, there is no standard integration from EC to S4 HANA payroll. Directly data will flow automatically. For that, Apart from S4 HANA payroll, I mean that SAP HANA, you have to buy one more license called CPI, which is middleware, cloud middleware. If you're not buying this CPI as a cloud middleware, the data which is in EC that will not flow to SAP HANA payroll automatically. No, there is no way. You have to buy again separate license CPI. If you are buying CPI license, you have to take the CPA consultant also. Without CPA consultant, no use of having license. So obviously, it is huge cost for the client. You have to buy SAP CPA license. You have to recruit the people CPA consultant. Without that, data will not flow to SAP HANA payroll. If there is no data in S4 HANA payroll, master data, there is no payroll because without employee, how we can run payroll, right? That is the first drawback. Second drawback, S4 HANA payroll currently SAP is giving, there is a middleware called BIB because obviously when you're using SAP EC as a front end system, master data system, S4 HANA is the payroll system, there should be some middleware. The middleware currently what we are using for S4 HANA, BIB, BIB, Business Integration Builder. This is one type of middleware. But this particular middleware, it is almost 30 years old, SAP has given. Because of that, when it comes to EC to S4 HANA payroll, the mapping whatever fields we have in EC in the form of info type, they call it as the info type in EC, but technically they call it the portlet. For you to understand SAP SCM consultant, in EC we call it the portlet, in SAP we call it the info type. Both are same concept, terminology different. When it comes to data replication, you have to map the field. My EC first name is equal to my S4 HANA first name. Like that, you have to do mapping. It means that in EC, you have 20 portlet, 20 info type. Consider that 400 fields, 400 times you have to do mapping, one-to-one mapping. That is second drawback. Third drawback, you are integrating EC to S4HANA, but absence data will not replicate automatically. Time data will not replicate automatically. You have to implement again some custom integration, custom iFlow, which from CPA consultant. Otherwise, time data will not flow to automatically S4HANA payroll. PCC, I think everybody knows PCC. PCC is the small application which execute your end-to-end payroll, which execute your end-to-end validation automatically by the system itself, by the PCC itself. It means that this small application SAP has introduced for SAP payroll customers, either ECC or S4HANA or ECP. For all the customers, we can implement PCC. PCC is just application by which you can execute end-to-end payroll automatically without your intervention. It means that your pre-payroll activity, production payroll activity, post-payroll activity, your validation, everything on behalf of you, it will take automatically by the system itself. You don't require to remember any T code, just click on the execute button. No, everything it will take care of. That is the beauty of PCC. In the course of ECP training, you can see end-to-end how P2P, PCC work, how P2P work, how payroll can be automated. For that, what are the configuration, everything you can see in the course of ECP training. Just high level, you can see today's demo. Now, if you want to implement PCC in S4 HANA customers, once you implement PCC in S4 HANA, that cannot be operated directly from the front end system through EC. Where EC you are hiring, EC is the master data system. EC is the platform where you can do high to retire activity, HTR, high to retire activity, end to end life cycle event. So there, PCC cannot be operated. For this PCC to execute, you have to get license. Again, one more license called Fury license. Again, Fury consultant. These are the drawbacks when you go for S4HANA payroll. Coming to EC payroll, where I am suggesting go for EC payroll. What is the benefit? Let's see. S4HANA payroll, I mentioned that CPA is mandatory. So manager configuration is mandatory. CPA consultant is mandatory. When it comes to ECP, I don't require. When it comes to employee central payroll, EC to ECP, the data replication is SAP standard with the help of middleware, the P2P. For that, I don't require CPI. I don't require so many configuration. As I mentioned, I don't require any consultant, CPA consultant. First point. Secondly, S4HANA payroll, we are using BIP 30 years old. Very advanced middleware we are using ECP because it came newly, right? 2012. For the bib, we are using P2P. P2P is very, very advanced technology they are using. I can say that very, very advanced version of your bib product. So that mapping is not required. It is all SAP standard. Sorry. Now coming to options replication, time data replication. In ECP, all the time data, all the options data, all the org data, all the employee data, all the benefit data, all SAP standard. SAP has given ECP platform. There are 4 replication program. You just schedule the background job minus 1 day go live date. It will take automatically from EC to ECP automatically with the help of P2P. I don't require any customization. I don't require to implement any iFlow integration flow from CPI. Not required. Fourth point, PCC, as I mentioned, that automated tool, this can be automatically integrated to your EC. It means that single platform, you can hire employee, you can terminate employee, you can run payroll, you can run production payroll, you can run bank transfer, you can do posting. One central platform. Once you implement employee central payroll in the ECP implementation, everybody come to employee central success factor front end product. You can execute everything. You can hire employee, you can do payroll. End to end, one single page. That is what I mentioned. Better go for EC payroll. I have given reasons also. Still, you are going, if you are going S4 HANA payroll, that is fine. But consequences more. Okay. Because of this reason, every client nowadays rapidly choosing employee central payroll. It does not mean that S4 HANA payroll they're not going. Of course, S4 HANA, S4 HANA payroll they're going. Any customer going S4HANA payroll, definitely it is not because of payroll purpose. They're going S4HANA because of FICO model, because of model, because of SD model, because of PP model. Since they have already have all the model in S4HANA, why they want to spend unnecessary amount for EC payroll again license? So forcibly they're using S4HANA payroll since SAP HANA payroll, S4HANA having payroll also. So customer is forcibly using the platform instead of going again license. Only those cases they will go for S4HANA. If you are a new customer, you want to implement payroll, 100% they will not go to S4HANA. They will go to ECP. As per my analysis, maybe wrong, right, whatever it is, but based on my experience. Now, coming to employee central payroll. What is basically employee central payroll? Employee central payroll, it is just payroll product which has given in the cloud market. We'll see what is meant by cloud, what is meant by non-cloud. Now, when it comes to employee central payroll, this comes under success factor product. What is meant by success factor product? If people are coming from success factor consultant in this forum, they know very well. People are coming from SAP HCM background, they may not know what is success factor. So for that, I'm just giving both, right? Success factor means it is a cloud product. If you buy the success factor product, you have all the models in success factor. When I say all model, it contains majorly two categorization. One is core models. Another one is talent model. What I mean by core model, talent model? They just segregated EC, ECP as a core model. What is EC? For you to understand, EC is nothing but employee data system where you can update employee details. End to end, anything related to employee, high to retire, HTR, we call right, life cycle event. Everything you are going to perform employee central only. For SAP SM consultant, for you to understand better, your SAP HCM system, PA40 transaction, PA30 transaction is equal to SAP EC product. You can understand now, right? When it comes to EC payroll, it is just payroll. In SAP HCM, we have OM, we have PA, we have payroll, we have time. When it comes to employee central payroll is nothing but payroll only. What about OM, PA payroll? OM, PA payroll, sorry, OM, PA time is equal to EC. Now they segregated for ECP customer. ECP means it is just payroll. It will execute the payroll. But what about OM? What about PA? What about time? All these three, they move to EC, they rename as EC. That is the reason. If you want to implement employee central payroll, EC is the mandatory model. Why? Because employee is hiring EC only. Employee terminating EC only. Employee life cycle, you are changing EC only. You are updating, you are deleting, you are copying, you are editing, you are devac, everything you are performing anything related to employee EC only. EC is the master data product. Without master data, how we can run payroll? There is no employee master data in ECP. There is no employee in ECP for whom we can run payroll. It means that EC is the employee master data product. Anything related to employee data, you are going to update EC. From EC, automatically the data flow to employee central payroll because of integration, P2P, middleware. Run the payroll, automatically pay slips back to employee central, where employee can see pay statement automatically. All automation. This is called employee central. ECP run the payroll, getting data from EC, back to payslip to EC, where you log into EC. Every employee will have EC access. EC is nothing but ESS product, employee self-service. You log into EC, you can see view my pay statement. Click on that, one click. You can see what is your gross net. You want to see your breakup for the month of July. Just click on the pay statement. You can see statement. You want to see history, last month, last to last month. Just click on the history. You can see March month, April. Just click on the arrow button. You can say download button. You can print, you can view. It is all automation when it comes to success factor. Right? Now, in success factor, as I mentioned that they category two, one is core model, talent model. What is mean by core talent model? Talent model means apart from core model, whatever SAP has given model, we call it the core talent model, like PMGM, performance goal management, recruitment, onboarding, LMS, compensation, variable payment, CDP, all comes under success factor talent management. So in success factor suite, we can divide into two. This is what. Now, employee central payroll overview. What is employee central payroll? As I mentioned, that is a cloud payroll. It is a cloud payroll. What is mean by cloud payroll? What is mean by non-cloud payroll? What is the difference between cloud and non-cloud? Any product you are going to cloud, especially for SAP, ECP. If you are going for ECP, since it is cloud, SAP is the responsible person for everything. What do you mean by everything? When you go for EC payroll, the SAP is the responsible person, meaning SAP will take care of system infrastructure. They will provide all the system infrastructure, meaning servers. SAP will maintain. You don't require to maintain as a customer server. Server means where the data is storing, right? Any support pack levels, SAP will take care of. You don't require to go with basis consultant, ask, do that. You want to copy the system from production to quality every 6 months, SAP will take care of. Backup, every week you are taking backup, not required, SAP will take care of. Legal changes, anything comes, SAP will take care of. Then what is the customer responsibility? Just buy the license, get the right partner, implement ECP, do the testing, do the operation activity, daily, monthly payroll, and pay the subscription model. Monthly, $5 per user for ECP. It could be anything. Monthly, weekly, annually, 6 months, 4 years, up to what agreement you have with SAP, right? Now, coming to the functionality. What is new when it comes to employee central payroll? Employee central payroll, it is a cloud payroll product. As I mentioned that SAP will take care of everything. And this can be login with web URL. Anywhere you can log in through mobile, through iPad, internet. You don't require SAP desktop like SAP HCM login pad. And coming to the functionality, whatever you can do SAP HCM, GrossNet payroll, upcycle payroll, posting, legalization, posting bank general ledger, retro, reporting according to country localization, everything is supporting. Currently, it is supporting 70 major countries, EC payroll. with a fully localized according to country localization. And what is new? Employee Central Payroll is a cloud-based payroll product, but when it comes to the functionality, still SAP EC Payroll also using same payroll driver, same schema what we are using SAP HCM. No change in payroll driver, no change in payroll schema, no change in info type 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever it is, no change T code, no change configuration, SPRO, same. What is changed? First of all, it is cloud. Whatever it is not a feasible SAP HCM, the automated functionality, everything you can see in Employee Central Payroll. Next slide, it will come. What are the benefit? EC Payroll. What is not feasible SAP HCM? What is feasible ECP? You can see next slide, right? And here you can see how ECP work. What is the process flow? As I mentioned that Employee Central Payroll, cloud payroll product, it basically payroll system, which calculate payroll. If you want to calculate payroll, first of all, you require employee data. But employee data, SAP is giving, not in ECP. ECP is just a payroll product. But when it comes to master data, SAP has given one more product called EC, which is front-end system. We call it the front-end system, EC, Employee Central. It means that Employee Central is the front-end product, ECP is the back-end product. Employee Central is the source system, Employee Central Payroll is the target system, meaning anything related to employee, you are going to have EC only. I mean that you are going to update EC only. It is like HTR, high to retire process, you are going to do EC, like updating person detail, updating employee details, employment details, updating job details, updating compensation, updating time, everything for you EC. The implementation of EC, there is a different consultant, EC consultant, they will take care of. You don't bother about EC. As a ECP consultant, you don't think about EC. You don't acquire knowledge of EC. Whatever extent you require EC knowledge, that is part of ECP training. I will take care of because I know both EC and ECP, wherever it is required. So EC is the front-end system SAP has given, where you update everything. Automatically, SAP has given Employee Central Payroll as a payroll product. Within the Employee Central Payroll, SAP has given complementary P2P license. It means that this is the middleware SAP has given. Why SAP has given? SAP is giving two system EC and ECP. EC the master data, ECP the payroll system. Then who will take care of data replication from EC to ECP? That is SAP responsibility. So they have given one middleware. This is called P2P. This P2P, whatever you're entering in EC, automatically take the data, it will push to Employee Central Payroll. It means that it will duplicate Employee Central Payroll on the real-time basis within seconds, with 1 minute or 2 minutes. Hire, it will hire automatically EC. Data change, delete, copy, edit. Always make sure that the P2P, the job of P2P, make sure that always EC data sync to ECP on the real-time basis, right? Once payroll is completed, easy payroll, processing legal reporting, processing payroll posting, processing bank transfer. One that is done, automatically your posting document will be transferred to your finance department, FICO, SAP. SAP on-premise you are using for finance model, it will go there. SAP HANA you are using for finance model, it will go there automatically. These are all automatic again. There is a small application IDOC. Anyhow, you can see in the course of content how it will work. All this. Now you can see payroll control center. This is what I told. Part of ECP, there is a small application we need to build implement a payroll control center. Once implement, this payroll control center will be inbuilt in EC itself. It means that you are hiring employee EC, you are executing this payroll control center execute automatically your master data validation, your pre-payroll, your production payroll, your post payroll, everything automated. One click, just one mouse click, right? You can see what is payroll control center, how it work in the course of ECP training. So this is the main slide, why we need to go EC payroll. What are the major difference between SAP HCM EC payroll? You can see everything SAP on-premise, everything no. ECP, everything yes. Let's see one by one, high level. You are a ACP HCM customer. You complete the payroll. You want to see, I mean that you want to give the access to employee level, where employee can go and check in the payslip, download everything. That is not feasible because SAP HCM not designed as a ESS product, employee self-service product. That is not feasible unless you develop custom program, download the payslips and to employee. When it comes to ECP tightly integrated with EC model. EC is the ESS product. That is what run the payroll. Automatic payslip will be imported to EC where you can see part of ESS self-update. SAP HCM, you cannot update your own details, person details, bank details, because not a ESS product. Here you can update because EC is the front-end system. EC will be access for each employee. EC can act as ESS. Employee can log into EC. They can update their own data, bank details, person details, communication, everything flow to ECP automatically. Approval mechanism. SAP HCM, you are giving joining bonus $1,000. There is no approval. It means that once you update one-time payment info type joining bonus, you have access, you can update it, will save automatically. But when it comes to ECP, there is a workflow approval mechanism where EC consultant configure. The moment you enter in EC the data joining bonus, first it will go to first approver, second it will go to second approver, what base we configure. Until all approvals is done, the data joining bonus will not update in the system, so that it is full secure, no fraud in the finance department, and no fraud in the payroll department, because it is going first level, second level, third level. Once all levels approve, general record is creating. Once the record is created, then only the data flow to employee central payroll. Then 100% no fraud. Login with browser. I cannot log in SAP HCM through internet. I mean that through browser, Google, right? I mean that data browser. In the web, I am saying. Particularly, I am saying web. I want to log in SAP SCM through web, through mobile. It's not feasible because you have to have login pad. But ECP, cloud payroll product. When I say cloud payroll product, all cloud product, it is start with web URL, right? SAP will give the web URL for you during the license. You just go to internet, copy paste, go to mobile, copy paste, just log in. Multiple ways. Meaning through SAP login pad also you can open ECP. Through web, through mobile, you can log in SAP ECP product because it's cloud product. Bulk data upload. SAP SCM, you can do bulk upload, but you have to implement LSMW 18 steps. BDC, customization. When it comes to ECP, the data coming from Employee Central. In Employee Central, SAP has delivered pre-template, meaning whenever you want to do bulk upload 1000 employee, simply download the template, person details, fill the detail, simply import. It means that it is all standard, automatic. Download the template, fill the detail, simply upload. No BDC, no LSMW. End user experience. Very beautiful when it comes to success factor. It is a design like Fury apps. Auto validation. What do you mean by auto validation? This auto validation, it is very good feature in SAP ECP, particularly. This can be available through PCC implementation. PCC is nothing but Payroll Control Center, part of ECP implementation. It is a complementary, no license. As a ECP consultant, you can implement this. Once you implement this, your payroll as automation, your validation is automated. Meaning, once you implement PCC, part of ECP implementation, you need not to do validation manually. What I mean by validation? Whenever you want to run payroll, pre-payroll, first you have to do validation of employee master data, right? You have 1000 employee, all the 1000 employee having cost center, they're having bank details, they're having tax details, they're having address, everything available or not. Otherwise, payroll will not run, right? 1000 employee, how we can verify? When you go for ECP, part of PCC, the system will validate 1000 employee on behalf of you. It will show in the dashboard automatically. Once you execute the pre-payroll, once pre-payroll is completed, simulation payroll is completed, it will create automatically dashboard in front of you. This is called PCC, directly from the EC. Now it is showing 700 errors. Just validation errors, I'm saying. There are 1 lakh employee. Out of 1 lakh employee, I could see that there are 700 issues because some of them not updated bank data, some of them not updated address, whatever it is, right? What is that? It will show directly. It will get dashboard like this. Employee missing main bank details. Who are they? James, employee number. What is that bank details missing? See the beauty. It is giving validation. It is also giving hyperlink with the other solution. You just click on this. Automatically, it is going to EC front-end system where you can see bank details is missing. Click on the change button, update bank details, right? That is called auto validation. The same way payroll. It will run payroll automatically. Integration is so flexible. Also, you can store the document in EC. Whatever document you want to store, info type wise, person details, job details, salary details, bank details, wherever you want to import, wherever you want to attach any document, you can attach, you can download, you can view, which is not feasible SAP SCM. Cloud, non-cloud, what are the difference? We already discussed. Tile concept, very beautiful feature. In SAP, we need to remember all the T codes. You want to go posting PC00 underscore M9 CAP. You want to go result PC underscore pay result. You want to go payroll driver. You want to go PC00 underscore M19 underscore whatever it is T code. But when it comes to ECP, you don't require to remember any T code because T code less transaction we can do here. There is an option called tile, tile concept. With this feature, what we can do, we can create tile concept in SuccessFactors. This is called tile concept, meaning once I implemented Employee Central Payroll, I will just create one tile called Payroll Cockpit. In the Payroll Cockpit, I will just add all the T codes, just label it. There is some configuration. I will take the T code. For the T code, for you, it is backend configuration. For the end user, it is just label. I just create a payroll cockpit. You can see payroll cockpit. If I click on the payroll cockpit, I can see like PA20, PCW, payroll result, posting, bank transfer, payroll driver, everything, control record, everything I can create as a tile. I don't require to remember all the T code. I simply click on the tile name, whatever I want. See, suppose control record. You see control
Srikant,
record.
sorry to interrupt you. Okay. Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So these T codes, okay, which is having in the HCM on-premise system. So
Hmm.
same T codes we are using in the cloud system.
ECP. Yeah, that is what
Yeah,
I told
that
the
is.
initial, right?
Uh,
Yeah, I told very
uh
clearly when it comes to employee central payroll, no payroll schema change. IN00 India, US00 US, whatever it is. No payroll driver change. No info type change. No T code change. Then what is new? It is cloud with more benefit. Fully automated product, right? I will
Okay.
show you ECP,
That means
how it looks like.
okay. Okay.
For your question, all the T codes are same. Control record, PA03.
Because
Data
we don't
maintenance.
know
I mean, the data.
HCM
Hmm. No, that is what
HCM
I'm saying.
on-premise T codes. That's why.
Correct, correct. I got it. See, generally, this course, Employee Central Payroll course, intent
Mm,
for SAP HCM consultant. However, even if you are coming from SAP EC consultant, that is also no issue. What are the way we are doing? If you are coming from SAP HCM background directly, you can directly take the ECP course. That is easy for you. People are coming from SAP success factor background. For them also no issue.
mm,
Only they have to put some other efforts. You have to watch SAP HCM basic videos. I mean that SAP HCM Avi
mm.
tour. We are having SAP
Okay.
videos, almost 15 to
Okay.
18. That we are giving free of cost. We are not charging any cost for that extra cost. We are giving as a complimentary for EC consultant. You can just go to that while doing ECP configuration. I mean that when you are in ECP training, parallel you can watch the videos. It is about just for 15 to 18. Once you complete that, you are good to have SAP SCM knowledge. That is what we are doing. So that you will see
Okay.
everything.
So because
The
I'm
T
an
code,
EC
what you are
consultant,
asking. Yeah. Got it. Got it.
EC
That is what
consultant,
I'm
we
saying.
don't know. Okay.
Yeah, correct. So for all the T codes in SAP, ECP, whatever we have, we already have the document for that.
Mhm.
If you
Okay.
go to my documents, you are going to get all the document. ECP authorization.
Hmm.
We already
Okay.
created document. Simply go to T code. What are the T code we have SAP?
Hmm.
So everything
Okay.
we are providing part of ECP training. You don't require to ask
Hmm.
anyone once you join the ECP. Everything you will get it, right?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Let me complete
Thank you.
everything. Then we can have
Thank
questions
you.
so that it will
Hmm.
complete within 45 minutes. Yeah. Now, as I mentioned the T-code-led process. So what I will do, easy, I will create like this style payroll cockpit. Inside I will create the recode. You just click on the control record. You can see the moment you click on the control record, you can see success factor itself directly control record screen. You need not to go to ECP, enter PA03 and execute. No, not required. It's just one click. This is the beauty of success factor. Process, update data in EC, automatically flow to ECP, run the payroll back to EC, payslip, EC, same process. This is the terminology generally we use in EC and ECP. ECP same like SAP SCM, company code, employee group, employee subgroup, wage type, all this payroll area. Just EC, same concept, they called it differently. You call it the company code, SAP, ECP. They call it the legal entity. You call it the employee class in EC. They call it the employee group. I mean that in employee central EC payroll, whatever you are calling, the same concept is same, but EC consultant, EC model, they consider the different terminology. This is the terminology. Wage type, they call it the pay component. Payroll area, they call it the pay group. Info type, they call it the portlet. Employee subgroup, they call it the employment type. Action, they call it the event. See the documentation. You can see everything in the document. Every document it will given to you once you join the course. PR, same like dev quality production, same like SAP. PR moment. ECP we call it info type, they call it the portlet. Same, both are same. Same structure. Name is different. You call it info type 2. They call it person details. Same, no difference. You update person details in EC, automatically structure is same. The data flow to ECP based on middleware. Right. So these are the common questions generally you have. If I'm using SAP EC payroll, can we use S4 HANA payroll, SAP on-premise payroll? No, you cannot. Use only one, whatever you want. Can I implement ECP without EC? No, you cannot because EC is the master data product. Without EC, without employee master data, how you can run payroll? So for ECP implementation, EC is mandatory. Can we use lift and shift method? I already using SAP SM 20s. All configuration I have done. I just copy paste into ECP. It is feasible? No. ECP is a different product. You have to start from the scratch. It means that greenfield implementation, like requirement gathering, configuration, testing, go live, everything same. Of course, you have lift and shift method, but different. That is very huge cost and complication. SAP not supported. Can we use a different middleware EC to ECP? For ECTP replication, SAP is given standard middleware P2P. You have to use. You cannot use other middleware. SAP EC payroll. Do you have the same T code info type payroll? Yes, you are correct. Everything same, no difference. Posting, same like SAP, HCM, whatever you're doing, PC00, M9, ECP also same, no difference. Can we hire, can we update employee data directly ECP? No, you cannot update any data ECP because ECP there is no PA30 transaction. ECP there is no PA40 transaction. Your PA30, PA40 is equal to EC. Mean everything, anything you are going to update EC, anything related to employee, that flow automatically employee central payroll with the help of P2P. And for P2P replication, we need to do certain configuration, payroll execution, automation, everything we need to do. PCC implement everything part of ECP training, everything you can see in the training, end to end, with live, with the system. EC experience is required for ECP consultant. No, absolutely no. You have EC knowledge, that is well and good. You don't have EC knowledge, that is my job, I will take care of. What extent you require as a payroll consultant EC knowledge, that is part of my course. Right? So here you can see when it comes to employee central payroll cloud, what SAP will take care of, what customer has to customer. Do the implementation, do the testing, take care of other things, testing everything. Rest of everything SAP will take care of. Hosting employee central server, apply, upgrade, patches, legal change, tax update, backup, disaster recovery, system provisioning, monitoring. right? This is just a high level. During the course of training, you can see end to end with live. This is the course contents. You will get everything end to end. Replication configuration, mean middleware configuration, EC and ECP, PCC configuration, payroll control center, EC object overview. Because you are coming from SAP SM background, you should know EC about little bit, right? So I'm including that part also. And general discussion, how ECP work, cutover activity, all data migration, everything. You will get everything, don't worry. So now it is time for question answer session. Before going to that, may I know how many people are coming from SAP SM background? People are coming from success factor background. May I know, please? SAP SM first.
SAP HCM, Deepak here. Deepak, Rajneesh, Venkat, Bogisam.
Yes.
Like we three
Except
are.
it's in. Yes,
Hmm.
for
Great.
Anna.
No problem. Whatever it is. Yeah, whatever it is. Yeah.
Yes,
Thank you
yes,
so much. Yeah.
we are from the
Great.
same
Thank you.
time.
So rest of
Um,
them EC background for
yeah,
training.
easy background. Correct.
Yeah, please. Now question answer session. Any questions you can
Okay.
go ahead now.
Yeah,
Yes.
I have.
Srikanth, like I wanted to know, like you have told that there is a integration between